the plan of a building. So we will take from the literature. So on a screen, you are seeing one plan. So in this, there are 16 columns which are oriented. Some columns are oriented in X direction, some columns are oriented along Y direction. So how to do the modeling of this RCC building? So this is the first task, or this is the objective of this particular tutorial. This is the data given. So that is the grade of the concrete. The first is the grade of the concrete is M20, and the grade of the steel is, that is a rebar steel. It is a Fe 415. Then floor to floor height is 3.1 meter is the point number second. The plinth height, so point number 3 and 4, plinth height and depth of the foundation. So this total becomes to 1.2 meter, 1.2 meter. Parapet height is 1.5 meter. Slab thickness is equals to 150 millimeter. Then external wall thickness is 230 and internal wall thickness is a 150. So 230 and 150 are the thicknesses of the brick walls. The columns, all the columns of the size 300 by 450. All the beams are of size 300 by 450. The loads on the slab. The first is the live load. It is a 3 kilonewton per meter square, and on the roof, that is top slab, terrace slab, it is 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. Then floor finish, except the roof slab. So it is a 1 kilonewton per meter square, and the roof treatment, which is given on the terrace slab. So it is 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. Site is located in seismic zone 4. That is maybe in the Mumbai, which is a seismic zone, falls in Mumbai, in seismic zone 5. Then building is resting on a medium soil. So in IS 1893, so 3 types of the soils have been defined. First is a soft soil, medium soil, and hard soil. So in this case, it is this building is situated on a hard medium soil. Important factor is 1, and this building is a special moment resisting frame. So there are 2 kinds of the frame: special moment resisting frame and ordinary moment resisting frame. So this falls in the special moment resisting frame, and density of the concrete is 25 and masonry density is 20 kilonewton per. So this is the given data. So this given data we required for creating the model. Okay. Next is, now this is a plan of a building. So in this, first of all, before to start of preparing a plan of doing a modeling into SAP 2000, first of all, understand the plan very properly. How many grids? So we are creating the model by using a grid system. So in X direction, how many number of grids are there? And in Y direction, how many number of grids are there? So first of all, see this. So in X direction, so this is the X direction, this is X direction, and this is Y direction. Okay. So in Y direction, how many grids are there? In Y direction, how many grids? So it is this in Y direction, this is the first, second, third, and fourth. And these are the names. So Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. So there are 4 grid lines in Y direction. How many grid lines in X direction? So X1, X2, X3, X4. So in X direction also 4 number of grids, Y direction also 4 number of grids. Okay, and these are the columns which are located at the center of the grid lines, intersection of the grid lines. So these are the distances between the grid lines: 3 meter, 3 meter, 2 meter, and 3 meter in Y direction. And X direction, it is the grid lines are spaced with the equal distance of 5 meters. So there are 3, 1, 2, 3 bays are there of this 5 meter spaced. Next is about the elevation. Okay, so about the elevation, so this is the depth of the foundation. Okay, so this is a first this thing. So depth, this total 1.2 meter is the depth of the foundation plus plinth height. So this total becomes to 1.2 meter. Okay, and then floor to floor height is 3.1 meter, 3.1 meter, 3 meter, 3 point. So this is the terrace slab. This is the terrace slab, top slab, and these are the intermediate the slabs, intermediate floor slabs are there. Okay, so this is and then in Z direction, how many number of grids? So this is a first grid, second, third, fourth, fifth, and six number of grids in a Z direction. So these are number of grids in a Z direction. Okay, then Then we'll this thing open the SAP 2000 window. Yes, so this is a SAP 2000 window is there. Okay, then first of all we'll create a model by using a, first of all go to new model, then one window comes. So in that window, that is model we can create by using a grid system, or we can create by using a ready-made templates. So here we will prepare a model by using a grid only. Okay, so these are the ready-made templates. So already in the previous my tutorial, I have explained how to use these various templates. Okay, so in this case, first of all check the unit. Okay, so it is we'll keep the unit as a kilonewton meter and temperature in centigrade. Then default country, so this is our country, so default material is from India. Okay, now here we'll create a model by using this. Okay, so whatever this grid only, so you just click on this. So I am explaining this this tutorial very that is slowly, step by step, so that the user or the new users, okay, the beginners will understand the steps. Okay, so you just click on this whatever the grid only. Then these are the number of grids. In X direction, how many grids? Just well, so there are 4 grids. In our plan, this also 4 grids. In Y direction, how many grids are there? 4 in our plan. Just I will open the plan for the information. Okay, again, this is in X direction also 1, 2, 3, 4. X4 is there. In Y direction, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. And in Z direction, Z1, Z2, Z3, and Z6. These are the number of grids. And this information is required to substitute here. So here X direction 4, Y direction 4, Z direction 6 grids are there. Okay, then grid spacing. Okay, X direction, what is the grid spacing? This is uniformly spaced of 5 meter. Okay, 5 meter. In Y direction, the grid lines are not spaced uniformly. See, in Y direction, first grid line is, this is 0. This is the first is there. This is the first grid line. Then this grid line is at a 3 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. Okay, we'll make the change afterwards. Now we'll put the grid spacing as a 3 meter. And afterwards we'll modify this. So uniform spacing will keep as a 3 meter here. So in this thing, in Y direction, it is a 3 meter. Okay, Z direction also, again there is a variation. Again Z direction, see, first is a 1.2 and afterward it is 3.1. So here we'll put initially as equal spacing of say 3.1. Okay, equal spacing of 3.1. We'll do modification afterwards. Okay, and this is regarding this 0, 0, 0. This is the regarding the coordinates of the origin. Okay, say okay. So these are the 2 windows. These are just the grid lines. These are just the grid lines. Okay. Now, first of all, before to start, or what is the next step is, in Y direction, the first grid line is 3 meter, but second is at a 2 meter. And after fourth grid line is again 3 meter. So first of all, we'll modify this grid system. Okay, in Y direction and in the Z direction as per our plan. Okay, so how to do the modification? So go here, define. Then here, coordinate system. Define coordinate system grids. Okay, so this dialog box is there. Then modify. We have to modify this existing grid system. So do modification. Okay, so in modification, we have to do the modification in Y and in Z, not in the X. Okay, so here, and existing grid system, it is displayed here. Existing grid system here. So whatever the changes we do here in Y grid system and Z in Y grid system especially. So here, so that changes we can see in this window also. Okay. So what changes are, what the changes are here? The first grid line is at a 0, that is correct. Second is at a how much distance? It is a 3 meter. Okay. Next is a 2 meter is there. So 3 plus 2. Okay, it becomes 5. And then afterwards again it is 3 meter. So it is a 8 meter. So these are the grid spacing in the y direction. Similarly, in z direction, bottom coordinate is a 0. Then next is a 1.2. Okay, next is a 1.2 is there. Okay, and then uniform spacing of a 3.1. So afterwards 1.2 plus 3.1. So how much it becomes? So it is a just I will do also. So it becomes, first is, so 1.2 plus 3.1. So it becomes 4.3, right? It becomes 4.3. So initially it will take a time, but very carefully, because of once the model created, so if the distance is, there is a mistake in putting the distances, then whole model will be incorrect. Then again 4.3, again just add 3.1 plus 3.1, it becomes 7.4. 7.4. Again add plus 3.1, so it becomes 10.5. 10.5. Okay, and again plus 3.1, so it is 13.6. It is 13.6. Okay, so these will be the grids spacing in the z direction. Okay, now we made the change in the y and z direction, and in the y direction, whatever the correction we made here, so this is displayed here. Okay, so this is the first one in the y direction, then this is 3 meter, second, then 2 meter, and this is the last one, 3 meter. Okay, so these are the changes made in the grid system. Then okay, then okay. Okay, so here these are the grid systems. These are the grid systems. Okay, so and in z direction also we can check. So this is actually it is a plan, right? So actually this is a plan. So we can say in the z direction also. So z direction, so for that here, go for xz plane. Go for xz plane. So you just click here. Click on xz plan. So this is xz plan. Okay, so these distances are, first is 0. Okay, so whenever you put a cursor here, so at the bottom here, at the bottom, you can read the coordinate of that cursor point. Okay, so that is first is, so it is 0. So read the coordinate of the z. Then this is 1.2. Then addition of 1.2, 1.2. So uniform, this is 1.2. So first of all, check the grid system and compare as per the required literature plan. Okay, so one grid system part is over. Then we'll go for the next. Now the grid creation or development of the grid as per the plan. It is over and it is checked and it is correct. Okay, now next step after this is, now we'll define the material. We'll first of all define the material. Now two materials, it is RCC building. We have to define first concrete of M20 grade and the rebar steel of Fe 415 steel. Okay, then here the command, define material. First command itself, define material. Okay, now here add new material, because here already defined materials are two, Fe 345 is there and Fe 30. Okay, so we will create a new material. Okay, new material. First of all, region, make the changes, it is India. Then material type, first is concrete. Okay, then standard is India and the grade of the concrete is M20. Okay, then say okay. Then next is, we'll define the next material as a Fe 415 rebar steel. Again, add new material. again add new material. Then again India, here it is a steel is there. So this steel, it means it is a structural steel, that is angle section, C section. Okay, whatever the reinforcement we used in the concrete RC sections, so that comes in the rebar. So click on a rebar, and this is Indian, and here it is grade is 415. It is correct. Okay. So in the updated version, this is the latest version of SAP 2000. Here, in this way, very simple way is there to define the material. Say okay. Now this step is over. Okay. Now we'll check the material property. Already we have defined it, but after definition, what are the material properties? That is M20 grade concrete or Fe 415. How much is the modulus of elasticity? Then what are the compressive strength of that particular concrete has been taken by the software. That also we can check. How to check this? Define material. Go for define material again. And first of all, we'll check a M20 concrete properties. So M20 and click on a modified, show modified. Okay, now this is the dialog box. So automatically SAP 2000 extract all the properties of Fe20 concrete from IS 456 2000 Indian code. Okay, so and which property, those property it will extract which are required for the analysis purpose. So here, so already it has defined this thing density at a 24.9928. It is nearly 25 kilonewton per meter cube. So in the example also it is given that the density of the concrete is 25 kilonewton per. So it is automatically the value has been taken. Then modulus of elasticity. Modulus of elasticity of the concrete as per IS 456 is calculated as it is equal to modulus of elasticity E is equals to 5000 under root of FCK. Here FCK is equals to 20. So how much value is coming? So E value is so this much, that is 22360,680 kilonewton per meter square. Not necessary to check because it is a program. So only values is correct. So next Poisson's ratio value, it is a 0.2 for the concrete as per IS 456. It is correct. Coefficient of thermal expansion for normal condition, environment condition is not required, but the value taken from the 456 code is this. Then shear modulus also sometimes required in this. Okay, and specified compressive strength. So since our grade of the concrete is M20, so therefore specified strength will be equal to 20 Newton per mm square or 20,000 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, so automatically it takes the values from the 456. Okay, so this is regarding which material? M20 concrete. Okay, then we'll see about a 415, which are the properties it has been taken. Okay, so this is a different property. So this is a grade is 415. Okay, so this is the density of the steel, rebar steel, 76.97 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, so this is the modulus of elasticity of the rebar steel. It is 2 into 10 to the power 8 kilonewton per meter square. Coefficient of thermal expansion, this, and these are the values of these are values extracted from the stress strain curve for the rebar. Okay, so this is the yield strength value, which is equals to 415 Newton per mm square. This is maximum tensile strength. So expected yield strength and expected tensile. So remember, so SAP 2000 extract the values, and here it takes directly from the respective codes which are required for the analysis, different types of the analysis. Okay, so this is about the material properties. So in this way, the material is to be defined. Okay, so this is the step number 2. Now, step number 3 is now we'll define the frame sections. So here there are 3 frame sections since it is a RCC building. First frame section is a column, first of all defined. Next we will define as the beam section, and next we will define the slab section. So these are the 3 important frame sections we will define. So out of that, column section and beam section, these are the is defined by using a command known as a link command. It is known as a link command, and the slab is modeled, or it is assigned here by using a command what is called as an area command. We'll see those first of all command. So before that, first of all, it is required to define the section, define the frame section. That is important. This is step number 3. So go here. First is define. Okay, now define section properties. Section properties. Okay, first is frame section, because column is a frame section. Okay. Then import a new property. So import a new property. This command should be used for while creating a while defining the steel sections. Okay, because in SAP 2000 there are in SAP 2000 library, so there are some these things, steel sections are readily available. So from that we can just choose the section as a column. So what is called as an import. Okay, for RCC building we have to go for the next, that is add new property. Add new property. Yes. Then here frame section property type, it is a concrete. So these many are available in steel are there, built up steel sections are there, then next is concrete, then aluminum sections, cold form sections, and other is also there. Is in next tutorial also I will explain about the what is meant by other frame sections. So here concrete. Okay, then rectangular, since it is RCC building, so rectangular column section will select. Okay, give the name, it is a column. Okay, column. So and what is the size given? While defining that, it is a very properly give the names. So column, it is a 300 by 450, and beam is also 300 by 450. So it is column 300 by 450. Okay, is the column. Okay, then here. Okay, so here define the depth. First is depth and width. So depth of the column is 450.45 meter. Width is how much? 0.3 is the width. 0.3 is the width. Then here at the bottom, here you have to define the this thing, material, that is concrete material, and this is regarding the concrete reinforcement. Okay. Then first is click on drop down list, and here whatever our M20 concrete. Okay, so M20 concrete, then just click on a concrete reinforcement. Click on a concrete reinforcement, then define the reinforcing material details. So the first is longitudinal bars in the column. So grade is Fe415, confinement bars. So that is also Fe415. Now here, so important is this. Okay, so there are two design type is two, column and beam. Since we are defining a column, so therefore click on the first. It is a PM2M3 design. The column will be designed for axial load plus bending in 2 direction and bending in 3 direction. Okay, so biaxial bending. So therefore column is to be defined by clicking the first option. Then next, then reinforcement. See, reinforcement configuration. So it is, since it is a rectangular column, so therefore click on the rectangular. Then confinement. See, confinement is a ties. Okay, rectangular ties. It will, so go for this and this. Then next is, now this we have to define the cover, clear cover to the this thing, confinement bars or reinforcement bar. So as per IS 456, the cover provided to the column reinforcement is 40 millimeter minimum cover. So therefore how much it is meter? It is equals to 0.040 meter. Okay, then number of longitudinal bars, see, so we have to define a number of longitudinal bars in 3 direction and 4 direction. See, so here it is a 3 direction is in this, so this is 3 direction. Okay, this is 3 direction. So first of all we have to define how many number of bars to be placed. So by default it has defined some number of bars. So in 3 direction, now how many are there? This is 1, this is 2nd, and this is 3. 3 are there. Do you want to change it? Okay, if you want to change it, make the this thing correction. Suppose you want to put as a 4. Okay, then write here as a 4. Okay, now in this case, we'll keep as a 3 as it is. Then in direction 2 now, in direction 2 is this. Okay, so this is 2 direction. This is a 2 direction. So in 2 direction, how many are there? This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. 3 number of bars are there already. Do you want to change this? We can make the change here. We can edit the value. So here also we'll keep this as a 3 number of bars in 3 direction as well as in 2 directions. Let keep as it is, what are the default values. Okay, then next, then regarding the longitudinal bar size, okay, then click here. Okay, so these many number of bars are there. Okay, so is as per Indian code. Okay, the bars we define by the diameter. Okay, diameter. So whatever this, what notations of defining the bar diameter in other countries. Okay, in Indian countries, it is defined like this: 12D. So 12 mm diameter, 16 mm diameter. So since this building is situated in seismic zone number 4. Okay, so by judgment, we'll provide all these whatever the 8 number of bars of diameter, say 16. Okay, this is our initial judgment. That is, let me put a diameter equals to 16. So here, so this will equal to 16D. Then next is regarding this is about the main steel. Then confinement bars. Okay, so what should be diameter? So minimum diameter confinement bars as per IS 13920 ductility code, it's 8 millimeter. Okay, 8 millimeter. So therefore, it is 8D. Keep it as a 8D, right? Then bars spacing. So this is the confinement bar. This is about the bar spacing. Now by default value is lateral ties in the column is 150 center to center. Okay, so 150 center to center, I think it is more spacing is there. This is normally in this thing, seismic zone 1 and 2, it is put as a this thing 150 center to center. But in severe seismic zone like 4 and 5, more closer spacing should be there. Okay, what so that the confinement of the concrete happens, and because of the ductility will going to increase. So here we'll make the change as instead of 150, we'll put as a 125 mm center to center. So 0.125. Okay. Now next is, this is very important. Next part is this number of confinement bar and in 2 direction and 3 direction. So what is the meaning of this? Okay, see, so confinement, usually the lateral ties is will put like this. Okay, it is like this. Okay, then suppose, so our 3 direction is this. So here this is the 3 direction. Okay, so in the 3 direction, suppose when we take the section, cross section, then this cross section is cutting how many number of lateral ties? 2. It is cutting lateral ties 2. So if our lateral ties configuration is like this, then in 3 direction, so here we have to put a value equals to 2. It is cutting 2 areas, 2 bars. Okay, so then in the direction 2 now, in the direction 2, okay, in the direction 2 now, if this is configuration, when we take the section here in this way, so again it is cutting how many bars? Lateral ties, it is 1 and 2. It is cutting 2 this thing, 2 bars. Okay, so therefore in 2 direction, this thing also, 2 direction also, it will be equal to 2 number of bars. Okay, so it depends. So here, which information to be filled? So this is about the lateral ties. What is our configuration? What is our configuration? Okay, so sometimes the configuration is made like this. I will explain more detail about this. So this is normally if we put like this. So if this is like this, then 2 will be there. Sometimes this is some will provide some extra additional to increase the confinement. If we do our configuration, if we do the configuration of the lateral ties like this, Then in this case, when we take the section in three direction, so it is cutting how many number of vertical confinement bar? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So here you have to fill the value equal to 4. Similarly, in two direction, now in this direction, when we take the section, now it is cutting only 2, that is this and this. So here we have to fill as a 2. So in this way, these two this dialog box information, this box, the values are to be filled up. So in the current example, we'll keep this as a 2, 2. That is general lateral ties configurations, general type of the configuration. Then one more option is there. Lastly, it is asking, that is check or design. That is reinforcement to be checked or reinforcement to be designed. Reinforcement to be checked in the sense when this option to be used when the building is an existing building and the column size is already there, and in that number of bars are already we know. Okay, so if this is there, then whatever the number of bars size, we will check the design. We'll check the design of an existing building. Then in that case, go for the first. And if it is a new proposed building in which we don't know how many number of bars required, whether the size given 300 by 450, whether it is okay or required to redesign. Okay, so anything is not known. So therefore, always go for the new the second option, that is reinforcement to be designed. So that is new building. If it is there, go for second option. If it is an old building, existing building, go for the first option. Okay, so these are the information regarding the while defining the column section. Then say okay. Okay, so this is about the reinforcement. Then say okay. Okay, now the column 300 by 450 has been defined. Then we'll define the beams. We'll define the beams now. Okay, now add new properties. Add new properties. Okay. Now, while defining the beam, since the loads on the beams are different, okay, so that is peripheral beams. On these beams, the wall, brick wall, its thickness is 230. Okay, thickness is 230 there, and interior walls, its thickness of the wall, thickness of this thing, wall is 150. So the wall thickness or the loads on interior beams and exterior beams are different. Okay, so therefore we'll define the beam sections differently for interior as well as exterior. So first we'll define a beam section. So it is a beam exterior. Beam exterior. Okay, beam exterior, and the size is same. It is a 450 is the depth and width is 300, right? Okay, then next is below here. Then material, again this material, and next is concrete reinforcement. First is material is M20. Okay, then so keep as a M20, then click on a concrete reinforcement. Now here, this is a longitudinal steel grade, rebar steel grade, and this is the confinement steel grade. Okay, now here, this is the important option you have to select. That is, we are defining a beam. So therefore, click on the second option. And then next is, now here we have to define just a cover at the top, cover to the main reinforcement at the top and bottom. So it is as per 456, the cover provided to the beam is 25 millimeter. Okay, so here this will be equal to 0.25 millimeter and 0.25 millimeter. Okay, these are the covers. The next is this. Now here, this is what reinforcement overrides for ductile beams. Apart from normal reinforcement, in special cases, do you want to add some reinforcement? Okay, to increase the ductility of the beam. If additional reinforcement for increasing the ductility of the beam, then additional reinforcement we have to define here at the top and at the bottom, at the top and at the bottom. So that is extra top we are seeing. So extra top and extra bottom, we this thing. So for the ductility purpose, we have to define here. Otherwise, keep it as 0, because when we go for the design at the end, so automatically it will, there is one option for the ductile design option is there. So automatically there also it will give the reinforcement for which are required for the ductility point of view. Okay, so here not necessary to define in this case. So keep as a 0, 0. Okay, then okay. So this is the beam exterior. Okay, beam exterior. Then say okay. Okay, then same this thing. Only thing is that beam exterior. Now same beam section for the interior. So here second is there. Add copy of the property. Just click here. Add copy of the property. Only will change this thing as the exterior as an interior. Remaining all the properties of the beams are same. Okay, so it is a beam interior. Another beam is there. Third, now the beam regarding the terrace plan, terrace slab, whatever the beam at the periphery. So there, what is the load? Only load of the parapet of 1.5 meter. So load is different. So therefore, here also we'll define that the terrace peripheral beam as a third type of the beam. Again, add the copy. Add copy. Okay, so here give the name terrace exterior. Okay, this is the remaining property as it is. Okay, and next again terrace interior. Okay, so because there is no load on that, no brick load is there, only slab load is there. So again add copy of the property and then terrace interior. Remaining beam properties same. Okay, so these are the about definition of the column and definition of the beam. Say okay. Now third section will define as the slab. Then it is area section. So again go here, define section property. Now it is not frame section. Now here it is area section. Here it is area section. Okay. Now slab is to be defined as a shell element. Okay. Here different options are slab, plane element, then a solid is there. First, it is to be modeled as a shell element. Then add new section. Add new section. Then here give the name to the section as a slab. As a slab. Okay. Then here define the thickness of the slab. How much it is? So in the problem it is given as a slab is of thickness 150 millimeter in bending and in membrane. So these are the two actions, membrane action and bending action. These are the two actions in a shell element. So for both actions, the thickness will be equals to 150 millimeter. And it is to be defined as a shell thin element. Okay, then decide the material for this. So here concrete material is M20. Okay, then say okay. So this in this way, simple way to define this thing. In SAP 2000, the slab design is not possible. SLAB 2000 never gives the design of the slab. So therefore, need not necessary to define the reinforcement. There is no option. Only we have to take the slab action for the analysis of the frame. Okay, so it is defined. So once each element is defined, maybe columns or slab or beam, so it comes into the table in this side. Okay, so when it comes here in this side, it means that the element has been defined. Okay, Now this is the second part is over. That is, we have defined the frame, all the three frame elements. Now we'll assign it to the model and we'll create a model. Now first we'll define what? A column. First we'll assign the column. We'll assign the column. Okay, then here, so this is we'll keep this window as a planned window, this as a planned window. Okay, now first of all, to assign the columns, view must be xz, that is vertical, so that the column, the grid lines we can see. Okay, now this is the plan. At which level? Z equal to 0. Okay, now this is this particular xz plane at y equal to 0. That means which frame? Y equal to 0. That means here we are here. So this frame is this. Okay, now take a command for assigning the column. Which command it is? Now click here. There is shortcuts are there. So click here. Okay, so this is called as a link element. Okay, so it is a command is draw frame cable. It is a link element. So this dialog box is there. Okay, so here the column, we are assigning column. So here must be column. Okay, then just go and clicking at the different this thing. So in this way, all the columns we will assign. Okay, now the assignment of the column at y equal to 0, that is here, this column, this column, this column, this column, this is over. Okay, then next is we'll give the foundation to this. Okay, we'll define the support conditions. So here in the example, okay, so it is given that these are the fixed supports. Okay, these are the fixed supports. So in the model also, first of all, select all the support points. Okay, select all the support points. Okay, and then here assign joint restraint. Okay, and now this is the symbol for the fixed support. Just click on the figure, apply OK. Right, okay. Now we'll define the beams right now. Immediately we'll define the beams to this particular frame. Okay, we'll complete the assignment of the column and beam to this frame. Now for the frame, for assignment of the beam, same command. Okay, same command is there. Okay. Now first of all, okay, now these many different beams we have defined first of all. Okay, now first of all, here what are these beams, where this is just a beam at the plinth level, plinth beam. We are calling this as a plinth beam, right? So on the plinth beam there is no slab. Slab is here. Okay, so floor here. So here just for bracing purpose we are providing the beam at the plinth level. So out of this, select any one. So beam exterior, beam interior, then beam terrace exterior or terrace interior. Okay, just a brace beam is there. So therefore we'll go for the beam interior. Here this thing is there. The external walls are also there. Okay, so sorry. We have to select this only, beam exterior. Okay, now here, beam exterior, why we have taken beam exterior? Because we are defining this beam, and this beam is exterior. This is also exterior. These beams are interior. Okay, these are the interior beams. So these are the exterior beams, right? Now, so it is a beam exterior. All are the, now this is the terrace beam. Okay, terrace exterior. Okay, so top is there. So change this thing, the title as a terrace exterior. So this is terrace interior and terrace, beam exterior, beam interior, beam terrace exterior. Okay. Okay. Now assignment of the columns and beams for y equal to 0 is part is over. Then go for next frame. Okay, so next frame is here. Now we'll define this particular. Okay, so click here. How to go? Now this is y equal to 0, next frame. Okay, now y equal to 3 now. Now we are here now. Okay, in the next frame. Okay, again the same. Okay, so first of all, now beam interior now. Okay, now first of all define will column first. Okay, column. So it is a will define all the columns. Right, okay. These are all columns part is over. Then next is give the support to the column. So therefore, how to give the support? Select all the base of the support, then assign joint restraint, then this is a fixed support, apply, okay, apply, okay. Okay, now all the columns here at this level has this thing. Now same columns are here also, same columns here at equal to y equal to, what is the distance from this to this? What is the distance from this to this? It is 2 meters. It is 2 meters. Okay, now here we'll do one thing. We'll use one more command, what is called as a replicate command. Okay, it is replicate, that is same is here. Okay, so we'll replicate this. So at a distance 2 meters from this. So how to do use a replicate command? See, first of all, select complete frame. Select complete frame. Then go for edit, and here it is replicate. Here replicate, click on that. So this is replication in y direction. So for a distance equal to 2, for a distance equal to 2, and how many? 1 only. So that is replication of only one frame. Then apply and okay. Apply, okay. Okay, so replication. Now the columns here, here, here also gets assigned. Okay, have been assigned. Then again there is a replication because same are here only, here, here, here. Okay, so what is this distance from this to this? Okay, what is this distance? Total is, this is 2 plus 3, this is 3, right? This is 3, so 3 plus 2, it is 5. So replication is 5 distance. So again, edit, replicate. Now it is a 5. It is 5, and number of frames again 1. Apply, okay. Okay. So we can check on the, in this frame, click on 3D. Okay, so these are the columns assigned at a different, right? Okay, now we'll assign the beams now. We'll assign the beams. See, now we'll assign the beams here, here. This beam, and this beam. Okay, so these are the interior beams. Okay, so these are the interior beams. So we'll again take the command as a link command. Link command. So it is a beam interior, right? So here now at the top it is again the loads is different, therefore it is a beam terrace interior. Okay, now this frame is over. Then we'll go for now this frame. This also beam interior. Okay, beam interior. So therefore same replication we can do. Same replication we can do at a distance by 2 meters. So in the same way, okay, select the frame, then edit, then replicate by 2 meter in y direction, like this, only one, apply OK. Now the replication for this particular frame is also over. The beams have been assigned. Then now we'll go here. That is this part. Now this is exterior. Okay, exterior. But this frame, okay, so this frame and this frame is one and same. This and this one and same. So therefore, whatever this frame already it is, we have defined, we have assigned. So replicate this. So how much distance total? This is 3 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. So 3 plus 3 plus 2, it is 8 meter. So this particular frame will replicate by 8 meter, right? So therefore, so first of all, this must be equal to y equal to 0. Y equal to 0. So here, okay, here, in this case, this now y equal to 0 here. Right? So this must be equal to y equal to 0. Now replicate to this. Okay, so by 8 meter. So again, select complete frame. Then edit, replicate. How much? By 8 meter. And only one. Okay, this must be one. Then apply and OK. Apply OK. Okay, now all the frames in y direction is over. Now which is remain now in x direction. Now beams here. So we can see here also. So these beams are remained. So this and this, these are the exterior beams. So first of all, we'll assign these beams which are exterior. So this is in which plane? YZ plane. So here go for YZ plane now. So this is a YZ plane. So click on YZ. Now this is YZ plane. Then take a command. Now take a same command. Okay, first is beam interior. No, sorry, this is exterior. Okay, so it is beam exterior. Okay, now this is a top. It is a terrace exterior. Okay, this now we'll replicate this because we have defined now this frame. Okay, we have defined this actually. We are seeing in this. So this is a blue lines turn. It is this. Now we replicate this. So how much distance from this to this is? This is 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter. Okay, so this is equals to 15 meter total. Okay, 15 meter total this. Okay, then select complete frame, then edit, then replicate. Now replicate in which direction? Replicate in Z direction. How much distance? Minus 15. We have to come back. So it is a minus 15. Okay, and only one frame. This is one. So it is apply and OK. Apply and OK. Apply and OK. Okay, so here it turns to blue. That means this is assigned. Say OK. Okay, now we'll define now. Now we'll define this. Okay, so at x equal to 5 meter, right? X equal to 5 meter, and then replicate the same. Okay, so here x must be equal to 5. Okay, so here this must be equal to 5. This must be equal to 5. That means we are here now. Okay, then take a command. Take a command. So this is beam interior. Okay, beam interior. Then this is a top, therefore it is a beam terrace interior. Okay, and now we'll replicate by distance 5 meter. Edit, then replicate. So in x direction it is 5. One number, apply, okay. It is over. That is beam and column assignment part is over. Okay, so we can check here also, just in the second window, just click on 3D frames. Okay, so all the color columns support have been provided. Okay, and just check the beams also as per our definition, whether we have defined as per whether the beam have been defined as per the definition of the beams. For example, now we'll select all the beam exterior. Okay, so which beams get selected, that will check. So how to select the beams exterior? So click, go for select command. Select properties, select properties and frame section. Okay, now select here beam exterior. Okay, and select and close. See, only the peripheral beams except terrace have been selected. That means assignment of the beam exterior is correct. Then again beam interior. So again select properties, frame section, change here as a beam interior. Let me see which gets selected. See, only interior beams, all interior beam except terrace slab, because the definition of a terrace slab is we have defined separately, have been selected. So this definition also, assignment is also correct. Then we'll check about the terrace also. Then define, select properties, then frame section, then terrace exterior. Select OK. See, only the terrace slab peripheral beams, exterior beams have been selected. It is correct, this definition. And lastly, so select properties, frame section, terrace interior, select, close. See, only interior beams at the terrace level have been selected. So all the definition of the beams, exterior, interior, terrace, exterior, interior, have been checked and it is correct. Okay, then we'll check again the columns also. Sometimes we do some mistake in hurriedly, doing the modeling in hurry. That is, sometimes the column is assigned as the beams also. So therefore checking is at this level is very important. So select properties, frame section, and then column. Select and close. See, all the columns have been selected. So therefore, the definition of the column, assignment of the column, that is also correct. Okay. Then next go for the slab, assignment of the slab. Okay, then here, okay, so which window should be? The plan should be, this view should be plan view. So here, click this XY plane. Click on XY. Okay, so here. Okay, so this is XY. Then now the slab is this view, second window view, we keep as a this thing. Now see, now we are not providing slab here. This is a plinth level. Slab level will be here. Okay, so what is this level? This is 1.2 plus 1.2 plus 3.1. So how much it is? 4.3 level. Will provide the slab at a 4.3 meter level. Okay, so therefore, so this view must be Z equal to 4.3. Okay, so just click here. These are the two arrows to move out above or below. Okay, so this is Z equal to 0. So move above up to, this is 4.3. Now this is C 4.3. See, this is Z equal to 4.3. Okay, so here, this is the plan. Now we'll assign the slab here at this level. And now these are the different commands here. Now to assign the commands, we can use this also to assign this thing, polynomial area. Then this also one more command is there. By using this also we can assign the slab, and by using this. So third, so here we will use this command. We'll use this command. Okay, just click on that. Draw name is quick draw area. Okay, it is quick draw area. So here must be, there must be slab. Okay, and then inside this area, just click here. And when the color turned to from blue to red, it means that the slab have been assigned. Okay, slab have been assigned. So here the slab at level Z equal to 4.3, slab assignment is over. Now same slab is there. Okay, same slab is there at a here and here, right? Here, and as well as here. How many such same slabs are there? 1, 2, 3, and the distance is 3.1, 3.1, 3.1. So we'll replicate this. We'll replicate this particular. Okay, so here, how to do the replication? So select this plan, complete plan. Select the complete plan, then edit. This is edit, then replicate, edit, replicate, then this must be 0. In Z direction, it is 3.1. Z direction it is 3.1. And how many such numbers? There are 3 slabs are there. Okay, so 3.1 and 3 slabs. Then apply and OK. Apply and OK. Over. Okay. Now the slab at this different level, 3 slabs have been assigned. Now we'll check this. Now we'll check the model. How to check the model? There is one command. So here it is. Go for this. Okay, go for this. Now here there are 2 options. So this is the display option. Okay, this is display option. So object options and general options. So go click on general options. Okay, general options, and then click on extrude view here. Click on extrude view, and then apply and OK. So the plan now 3D building we are seeing in the solid forms. So when we click on the 3D options, okay, so this is solid forms. Okay, so all the columns also we can check. Then slab, whether it is assigned or not, that also we can check. Now one more thing. Now see, Now keep this particular view as a XZ view. Okay, so it is a XZ view, and this view, second window view, as the plan XY views. Okay, this is XY views. Now here at this junction, these are the columns are there. These are the columns. Now this particular frame at is y equal to 0. That means here, this. Okay, so whatever this column is here, this column. So this second column is this. I will give the number 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 3, and this is 4 columns. So here this is 1, this is 1, this is second column, this is third column, and this is fourth column, right? These are the 4 columns. Okay, now we'll just check the plan. Okay, now see. Now if we check the plan, here this is this column and this column whose orientation is like this, while as these 2 columns whose orientation is like this. So we have to change the orientation of the column. Okay, now if we see 3D views, all the columns here, its orientation is in this direction, that is along this thing X direction. Now that means we have to change the orientation of this column and this column, and we have to make in this way. Just we have to turn the column. Okay, so how to turn it, and how many such columns? So first of all, those columns whose orientation is to be changed, just select it. Select all the columns. These are the 2 columns here we have to turn. Okay, then next, if we see our plan, then here also. Okay, so I think, so all this, its orientation is, we have to change. We have to change it. Okay, because remaining interior columns, its orientation is along X direction. Okay, so we have to change the orientation of this and this. So therefore, first of all these columns, you just select it. Just select it. Okay, so this is, okay, so this is the frame. This is the first frame, y equal to 0. Then go for next, y equal to now 3. Okay, so it is a y equal to 3 now. So y equal to 3, again select all. Select all columns. Not CC. Only select those columns whose orientation is to be changed. Not all columns, sorry. Only exterior columns. We have to just change the orientation. Okay, then go for then 5. This column is exterior column. These are exterior column. Okay. Then y equal to 8. Only select the exterior columns. Okay. Here also in 3D views, you keep this view as a 3D view. Okay, and here you make as a extrude view for this also. Okay, see, all the exterior columns have been selected. Okay, now you apply the command to rotate, turn it. Which command here? Assign frame. Okay, assign frame, and this local axis, assign frame local axis. Okay, and here you just turn the local axis by 90 degree. Turn the column section by 90 degree. Then apply, and okay, see, now the column has been turned. And in this view also we can see. So say this is a thicker and this is a thin. That means this orientation is in this direction, required orientation. Right. So this is about the column orientation is to be turned. Okay. Now this is the end of this tutorial. So in this tutorial, we have seen how to do the modeling of a 3D building in SAP 2000. So in that, we have used a different commands to assign the column and to assign the beams as a link element and to assign the area limits. In the next tutorial, we'll see how to apply the define different loads on this building, and next is how to assign these loads on the building. Okay, thank you.